In this video, we're going to take a look at how to register your domain names, and I'm going to show you the process of getting your domain names through two of the most popular websites on the internet, which is GoDaddy.com and Namecheap.com. So let's start with GoDaddy.com. This is probably the screen that you will see when you go to GoDaddy.com. So the first thing you want to do is type in the domain name that you want right here and select the extension. The top level domain, it could be a .com, .net, .me, .info, and GoDaddy also sells you tons of other top level domain extensions. So I'm going to type in, for example, I'm going to type in PLR WordPress. Now GoDaddy tells me here that plrwordpress.com is already taken. Now this is not surprising. For most popular domain names, chances are very high that you will not be able to get the domain name, especially if it's a one-word or two-word domain name. In the case that your domain name is no longer available, there are a few methods you can use to actually get a very similar domain name, or even if you want to register a completely different and a new domain name. But I'm going to show you how to register a very similar domain name. So if the domain name that you want is no longer available, you can always add a dash between the words to get a very similar domain name, and click on search. And what do you know? The domain name plr-wordpress.com is available, and GoDaddy will also show you all the other options available. So for example, if you want to register this domain name to create a branding effect, then you'll probably want to get the .net and the .org as well. Or if you have enough budget, you could get all different variations of top level domains to protect your brand name. But for most cases, you'd probably just want to register the .com. And as you scroll down, you'd see that GoDaddy also gives you other variations of the domain names that you can get, which is, number one, it's a variation on the top level domain, for example plrwordpress.biz. And second option that you have here is premium domain names. These domain names are already registered by someone else, and they are selling it off in GoDaddy.com. The price for a premium domain name would usually be very expensive. As you can see here, some of the related domain names automatically generated by GoDaddy, these domain names are usually in the thousands or even in the hundreds. So if you have the budget and you want a really cool domain name, you could go for that. And if you scroll down, you will see other variations according to GoDaddy's search engine. So once you're satisfied, just click on proceed to checkout. Now the thing with GoDaddy is that it has a very effective, and some would say annoying, sales process where they sort of tempt you to get as much domain names as possible so that they can make more money out of you. But if you do not want any other offers in GoDaddy, just click on continue to checkout. If you're an existing customer at GoDaddy.com, then you put in your customer login name and password, and once you've logged in, all your registration information will be filled up automatically. But if you're not an existing customer, then you need to fill up your name, email address, and other details and click on continue. And one very important thing you need to check is, as I mentioned before, GoDaddy would try to sell you more and more stuff, and by default the registration length of your domain name right here could be set to 5 years or even 2 years. So if you only want to register this domain name for 1 year, you have to manually edit it and put it as 1 year. And there are other options that GoDaddy suggests you get, but if you do not want to get those options, then you pretty much have to ignore all these upsells right here, right, and just click on no thanks, I'm ready to check out. And again, GoDaddy would try a very last minute attempt to sell you more stuff by allowing you to upgrade to 5-year registration and so on. But if you do not want those things, then just scroll to the bottom here and select your payment method. You could pay by credit card, or you could even pay by PayPal, and you have to agree to the terms and conditions of the GoDaddy service, and then you click on checkout, and that's how you register a domain name in GoDaddy.com. Now the other service that I want to talk about is Namecheap.com. It's also a very popular place to go to get your domain names. It has less options than GoDaddy.com, and it's pretty much a very straightforward process. So I'll just type in the domain name that I want. I can choose to get the .com, .net, etc., but I'm just going to get the .com version. Click on search. And here Namecheap tells me that plrwpvideos.com is available. So I'm just going to click on add to cart. And on this screen you can select the duration of your domain name. By default, I think Namecheap would put it to 1 year. But if you want to register for a longer period of time, you have to edit it here. And then you can click on standard checkout. Okay, so the process in Namecheap is a bit different in the sense that you need to create an account at Namecheap in order to register the domain names. So if you already have an account, just put in your login and password here. But if you don't have an account, you can always sign up for a new account before you register your domain name. Now, since I already have a Namecheap account, I'm just going to go ahead and log in. Put in your name, your company name, and also your billing address as well in this section, and click on continue to options. When you register a domain name at Namecheap.com, you'll be given a free WhoisGuard protection. A WhoisGuard protection basically protects your personal details from appearing in many domain name services or Whois services. So you can either enable this free WhoisGuard later, or you can do it right now when you are going to register your domain name. Then click on continue to options. And then Namecheap will prompt you for the DNS or domain name server settings. Now, if you do not already have a web hosting account, you can just leave it as use our free name service. But if you have a web hosting account and you know the web host DNS servers, then you can enter the DNS servers into this section here. And then scroll to the bottom and click on continue checkout. With Namecheap, you can upload funds to your Namecheap account, so that it will be easier for you to be buying domain names in the future. You would only want to do this if you're buying a lot of domain names, and in my account I already have a $73 balance, so I'm going to pay using the funds available in my account. But if you do not have any funds available in your account, you can pay directly using the credit card. And finally click on charge and process. And my domain name has been successfully registered at Namecheap.com. So I just click on continue. So that's how you register a domain name in Namecheap.com and also at GoDaddy.com.